Hello everyone, and thank you again for coming back to Joe's Tech Corner video. This one's about defragging your hard drive. Now, in my last one there, I did mention to you about defragging your hard drive. Now, when it comes to defragging your hard drive, um, that will actually help boost your performance a little bit on your hard drive. Now, when it comes to that there, I will go ahead and kind of go over the program that Windows itself has, and you can see what it can do to help clean up your hard drive. Now, to access that, go down here and go into Defrag, D-E-F-R. And as you see here, you'll see one that says defragment and optimize drives. Just click on that, and it will bring up this program will bring up the drives that you have on your computer system. Now, it'll tell you your current status, and this is Windows here, how hard disk drive, and it tells you when's the last time it was analyzed or defragged or optimized, and that was on the 1st, which was today. And now if you want to, you can defrag it by hitting optimize, or if you want to analyze it, see how much it's been fragmented. Now I know you're sitting there looking at me, it's like, what is defrag? What is it all about? And I will tell you. When it comes to a computer system there, it stores all this information that you put on your computer system. Now, people think, okay, once I go ahead and open a program, type my document in, save it, and close it, and that's it. Open it back up, it'll still be there. Yes, it will be there. The only thing is, though, when it comes to your computer hard drive there, it has different spots on there where it says files. For instance, the reason why it will be slow because it has stored the files in different locations. Always doesn't save the same file in the same location all the time. It's going to be in different spots. Think of it as like if you was doing a report for school. Now, if you was doing a report from school, you know many times before you have a lot of books and you have a lot of papers you've been writing on notes. You put a note here, you put a note here, and so forth. Now, you've wrote a note about page 1. Page 1 is over here. You wrote a note about page 2. Okay, you stick it on this side here. Page 3 over here, and so forth. All right, you're sticking all these notes and everything and whatnot all over the place. Now, you need to remember what's on these notes. You need to go back. Okay, I need page 1 again. So, okay, it's over here. Page 2, oh, I got to go back over here. Page 3, oh, I left it over here. If you don't have it in the same spot, it's going to take you time trying to realize where these pages are and what you have on there for that information. Same thing with a hard drive. It takes those same pieces and put them on different spots of the hard drive. The more scattered the hard drive is when it comes to that file, the longer it's going to take to access that information. So what you need to do is when it comes to this here, this Defrag program you see in front of us here, will go ahead and take all those files like your report that you've written and saved on your computer. It's going to take all those files and try to get it all close together in one spot. It might not be able to put it in the same spot you have here. Maybe next to it, it might be able to do it here and that spot of it over here. And store those files next to each other so it'll make it easier for it to access that file again and be a lot quicker. And that's what when it comes to defragging your hard drive. Now, here, like I said before, you can analyze it or you can go ahead and let it go through it and optimize. Now, Windows has an option here. If you go ahead and click on change settings, you can let it run on a schedule. You can let it do it daily, weekly, monthly. Depends on what you want to do. And increase task priority if 3 consecutive scheduled runs are missed. So if you miss those runs, it will go ahead and just get it done out the way. You don't have to worry about it. This is done in the background. So when you're not using your computer, it will go ahead and actually optimize it. So if you leave your computer on during the day, you're going to do something and whatnot, it will start doing that defragmentation. Now, if you're using computer system, it will stop while you're using computer system. When you're done, after a certain amount of time, it'll go back and pick up where it left off. You can choose which drives you want to defrag. You can select all or just one. Right now we only have the one. Now, once you choose your settings and whatnot, you make any changes, click OK, and that'll be it, and you're done. Now, here you can click on Optimize or Analyze. If you want to do Analyze, what it's going to do is going to go ahead and run through your system. And right now it's doing the analyzation of your hard drive that you do have here. Now, there's some drives, it might run bars in your, if you have an external hard drive, it might run it or not. I have not tested that on here, but I might do that later on. There's some programs out there that will not do external hard drives due to the fact because it uses a USB port and it has its own power supply. Here it has its own power supply for us in the computer system, so that's a different story. Now it's at 50%. Depends on the speed of your computer. Not only your computer, but your hard drive. Depending on the speed of your hard drive, depends on how long it takes here. Speed on this hard drive is not too bad. So everything's okay. It's been checked. It's not really fragmented, so we're fine. So we don't have to do all that. Now, like I said before, it will do it on its own. You don't have to do anything else to defrag it. Now, I did mention before, it depends on what type of hard drive. You see here it says hard disk drive. And if it's a solid state, it says SSD or solid state drive here. And it's a difference. Now, as far as in solid state drives don't have any moving parts whatsoever. That's what makes it a little bit more quicker. Now, computer memory, you know what computer memory is. It's a little chip that goes in there where it stores memory temporarily. It doesn't have any type of moving parts whatsoever. That's what makes it so great. So it's lightning fast, it's quick. You don't have to worry about it slowing down. Same thing for a solid state drive. It's like a computer chip, but it stores memory. It's just like, for instance, this drive you see here. It's a flash drive. This flash drive right here doesn't have any moving parts whatsoever. All it has is a flash memory on the inside of it where it stores the data. Same thing for a solid state drive. Solid state drive is just like that, but it's a lot faster. It's internal when it comes to your computer system. And it will also access your memory a lot quicker compared to the current one we have here. It says hard disk drive. Now, when it comes to a solid state drive, you can't defrag it like you would do a hard disk drive like we have here. Reason being, it's a little bit more, I'll say a little bit more fragile when it comes to how it's defrag. It kind of degrades the lifespan of the hard drive. So it uses something called trim. What it does is it kind of thinks ahead and tells the hard drive, okay, go ahead and just delete that section there and make it free for more data for the next time. It'll clean up all data off of there, completely delete it, and put more data back onto that spot there. So before more data go into that spot there, delete it first, put more space there. Delete that spot there, delete it there. That's what it does. But it'll try to keep the data in the same spot, but more than likely it's going to be all scattered just like a regular hard disk here. But again, since this doesn't have moving parts, it's a lot quicker compared to what it does. Now, if you want to know more about trim and how to defrag your hard drive, please feel free to look at my blog. I will post at the end of this video in the comments and stuff like that, so you can read up more about it. Now, this one here, like I said before, it'll go through, optimize it, and make sure your computer's defragged once a week, or however you choose to. Now, there are other programs that can do that, and I do keep different ones on here. Like, for instance, this one right here. This one here, I downloaded before in the past, and it's been a good program. It will let you defrag your hard drive, and you can do different things, like you can tell it to when to defrag and whatnot. But the only catch with this particular program is you have to buy the Pro to do anything else. Now, as you see here, Other ones that you download online will have something like this here. It can tell you by showing the map where your stuff is on your hard drive. That's the size of my hard drive. That's how much I have free space. If it's a solid state drive, it'll tell you right there. It gives you all these options. Here it tells you if I want to defrag it, defrag and optimize, or quick defrag without analyzing. So this program here, it will give you the option to do all of that. Also, it tells you more about your hard drive, total space and whatnot. If you're a little techie, yeah, it'll give you all the information here. Same thing here, gives you the temperature and so forth. So it tells you everything about your volume. If you're even out of date, it'll tell you there's a newer version of that program. All you do is go there and download it. So I like this particular program on its features. You can do a scheduled defragmentation. What it does before it finishes completely booting up your computer system there, show up like a DOS prompt while it's booting up. It's going to defrag certain files to help it speed up a little faster. Also here, solid state optimization. It'll tell you if it's a solid state drive on your computer or not. And as you can see, this solid state drive optimization disabled. It does not have a solid state drive at all. If you have one, it'll be shown in this section right here. So since we don't have one, we can't use that feature. Now, as far as in this here, I'm going to go ahead and do analyze. So now, what it's going to do is I'm going to go ahead and analyze everything on my computer so far as in data. And I'll tell you if it's fragmented or not fragmented. The green is mean it's not fragmented, but it's going to go ahead and do the process. Here, pretty much it'll tell you, here's the guide right here. It says free, not fragmented, MFT, removable process, and so forth. Right now, as you see, the red, those are the files that are fragmented on the hard drive. Now, this has a little bit more bells and whistles, so it's going to give me a little bit more detail on what I do have. And as you notice, depends on which cluster I go into. It tells me 406 files, 3 fragmented in this block. Each block is going to be different. Remember I was telling you before how about when it comes to your files, for instance, you were doing your report and you got page 1 here, page 2 here, page 3 somewhere else. That's what does that mean? So for instance, you got 18 files, page 1 is here. Okay, you go over here. Page 2 might be in here somewhere and it's fragmented, so it's over here. Page 4 might be over here somewhere when it comes to report. Like I said before, if it's all scattered, it's going to take longer for your computer system to locate that information. Just like you, it's going to take you a little longer to get your information if it's scattered in different spots. So this is what this does, is it takes all those files and try its best to get it closer to each one as possible. So right now it's almost done, and depending on the speed of your file, your computer system there, and how many files you have on here, it will take some time. I remember back in the days, I used to have a lot of files on my older computer here, and all this was almost filled up. I didn't have an external hard drive or anything like that. It was almost clean, not cleaned up, but filled up. So now it's just about done. As you can see, 1% fragmented, and that's about it. Once, as you see, it's analyzed, it's done. You can do defrag and optimize, or you can do without it, or just do a normal defrag if you want to. What it does, it'll go through and it takes all these files and whatnot and put them together. As you can see here, this section up here is the top, and this is the bottom of the hard drive. Usually what I try to do is, for the kind of hard drive I have, is again as a this spinning hard drive. It'll take everything and put it at the beginning of the drive to the end of the drive. Make things look easier for it. Now on here, it tells you each file that you have on your computer system, and it's fragmented. How many fragments for each one? So it got 98 fragments of that particular piece, and it's scattered through all this hard drive. Same thing with the next file, and so forth and so forth. So what it's going to do is it's going to go through each spot on this computer and take that file there I'm trying to get it close to each other as possible. So next time I want to access that file, it'll open up quickly compared to taking a moment to open up. So it's up to you if you want to stick with the current program that is within Windows, or you can download the one like I have here. There's many others out there. There's some totally free. You do not have to pay for any additional features and whatnot, or you can go with this one here and decide to use this particular program. Now, if you're not too sure about a particular program that you want to use as far as in defragging your hard drive besides using the one, feel free to leave a comment about that in the video below, and I'm more than happy to answer any question you may have. Or you want me to test out a particular program you don't want on your computer system, but you want me to test it, I'm more than happy to. Again, just leave me your feedback. Feel free to subscribe to my channels. Also, I will have a blog about defragging, more about solid state drives and a normal on hard drive system for your computer. Thank you for choosing my video to view today. Again, leave a feedback of everything you feel like you want to leave feedback for, and you have yourself a great day. Thank you. Take care.